Hello everyone, it's Shanna. So glad you're here today. Now I'm going to get back to a foiling Friday, and I've never done this before, but I've been saving these reverse foils, and I thought today I would actually work with these reverse foils and see if how it turns out and what we can make. So I've got this tree one here that I've just got laying on this pink so you guys could kind of see it. And I'm going to, this is from Picket Fence, and I thought I would take some green paper, and this is toner sheet paper, and I thought I'd foil that and see what we come up with. And then I've got this piece here, which is from Gina K, and I thought I would take this blue and run it through and see what we come up with. So that's what we're going to be working with today, and I'm just going to give it a shot. This is cardstock. I'm just going to lay it aside. I've got some just purple copy paper that I've been using for my carrier sheet, and I've liked how that works real well. And I am turning on my machine, which I meant to do beforehand, and I'm going to heat it up to 3, and we'll just, once it gets heated, we'll do some see how this works. Like I said, I haven't tried this, but we're going to give it a try. And I'm still working with this Swiffer feather duster because I don't have the sheets, and it has worked. I know you wouldn't think that the feathers would work, but it has worked. And I still haven't got the sheets, which I should probably get. But we're just going to let this thing warm up and see what happens. Okay, so it has beeped and it is ready. I've got it on 3, and 3 has lit up. So what I'm going to do is just take this and try and line it up fairly well on my card sheet that I've got here. And I'm just going to put it between my paper right there in the middle, and we're going to run it through. Now, I did hear somebody mention when you do these larger all over sheets that you might want to do multiple passes. So I'm going to let it go through and take a peek at it, and then probably send it through again. So we'll see how this does. I've been, foiling and saving these, but I've never had an opportunity to work with the reverse piece of it. So I have no clue, and this is my first. I didn't do any practice runs or anything. This is my first attempt. So we shall see if it will be foiled well or if I'll be foiled. Okay, let's take a peek at it real quick. Boy, it looks pretty smooth. I'm going to go ahead and send it through one more time, but I think it looks like it probably would work just fine. Okay, so we did it twice, and I'm not going to do any more than that because I think that first one looked really good and this one looks pretty good. So I'm just going to lay this aside and go ahead and put this one in, try and get it lined up. I'm sure we'll trim it away some, but I'm just going to line it up, and we're going to send this through, and we will do the reveal on the other one while this one's going through. So let's just take a look at this and see what it looks like. Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks lovely. Now, I had a little scratch on it right here, which you can kind of see a little bit, but I think it looks really lovely. So I'm going to probably trim this down, and we'll make some kind of a card with it. So I'll just lay that aside, and we'll work with this next one. And you can see it just really took it all. I suspect you could probably, if you had a real fine cinnamon or something, you could probably use this gold that's on there for that. Okay, let's take a peek at this. That one still kind of has some bubbles in it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm going to go ahead and send it through again and see if we can get a better result with it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can still see some bubbling there. I'm not sure if they're going to come out or not. We might have to use like smaller pieces of this. I'm going to send it through one more time. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but let's give it a shot. Let's just turn directions, see if that makes any difference. Send it through, and then we'll reveal it, and we can cut it down into panels if we need to. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, and I'm just going to move it aside. I'm actually going to unplug it. I don't leave my things plugged in. My husband was a firefighter for 30 years, and I know the rules. So, okay, let's do the reveal on this. Yeah, anywhere that it bubbled. Oh my gosh, it's really pretty, but anywhere that had a bubble, it didn't foil very well. So you can see that. We've got a little area here that we could probably cut a square out of or something, but yeah, I'm not sure that's very usable. However, if we did like that and put something there, we could use more of it. So we'll see. And you can see it left quite a bit on there. And I don't know exactly why it bubbled, if it was wrinkled. It's been sitting in the drawer for a long time, so perhaps that's why. I'm going to just discard this. All right, so let me cut these down and come up with some kind of a game plan for some cards, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I think I have a plan. So we've got this one here, and I've just cut it down. And I've actually got two panels about this size, but I just cut it down, and this is the spot that's bad, along with, you know, there's several others, but I think it can work, and I'm going to use it. So I just kind of got a plan to do a top folding card, and I'm just going to make sure I've got this laid down nicely, bring in my glue, and hopefully it's not all gummed up. I've been fighting it. Looks like I'm going to still fight it. There we go. Okay, the little pin keeps coming out, so I think we're good to go now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I brought in some paper and some elements here. I've got this paper here, which I thought was really pretty. Kind of a winter scene. Actually looks like paneling, but I thought we would just get this laid down as our base. And if you watched my live with LV, you've seen this paper, and even this, the foiled piece that was the this was the remnants from. So I'm just going to get this laid down on here, and this is well, it measured 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but it looks like my card base is bigger. I have been running into that, and I was talking with one of my friends, and she mentioned that her paper came in off a little bit, and I think that's what's happening to me. So I'm just going to go to the paper trimmer here real quick and just straighten that little situation up right now. Okay, so we've got that taken care of, and then I've cut some pieces for layering, and I love this plaid, and I've got this blue, and we're just going to layer this up and make this the base for our foiled piece. And we're just going to go pretty simple and just go right down the middle, and we're going to try to leave a little edge there. And I'm trying to do this sitting down, so hopefully it'll be all right. I think it's close enough. Okay. And then our next layer is going to lay on here like this. So we'll just get this on here. Straighten it up a little bit. There we go. And then we'll get our foil piece down. Now this foil was from Gina K on this one, and the toner sheet is Pink and Main. Try and get that laid down on there. Now what I'm doing next is I'm going to bring in this little piece that came with this paper kit, because I think it's just the right size to cover up that little blob we've got there. And I'm trying to get this off of this backer piece. I've struggled with this the whole set. Doesn't want to come off. And so I'm going to just put some glue on the back of it and we'll get it laid down. And I'm just going to try and embellish around these falls on here. So I think that'll cover up that big blob really well. And I think that looks nice. Okay, and I have these other pieces that I thought perhaps we could position in spots that need it. So I'm going to get this little snowflake up. And I think we need one right there. Hopefully that'll look all right on there. I think it does. Be all right. And we've got some floral elements that we could add. And these are fairly good size, so I think I could cover up several of these little spots here by laying that on there. And then I'm just going to grab one more floral piece. And this is another good size one. And I think I'm going to kind of tuck it over this because it'll cover up several of them there. And I think that looks pretty. And then I don't know if this will work or not, but I thought about just going ahead and bringing in this Let It Snow. And we'll just lay this on here. And I think that looks all right. Okay, for this next piece, we're going to keep it really simple. So we've got this foiled on here. I've got a top folding card base. And I've got a black layer that I'm going to lay down on here. And we're going to make a fast one out of this. And I think it'll look pretty. Get this laid down on our card base nice and neat. That looks good. Okay, we've got that. And then I just pulled in this green piece of scrap that I have. I have got this little box that has all the scrap stuff in it. And this was in there. And I thought the greens were close enough that it could work. And so I'm just going to use it. Now we're going to have a pretty good edge around here. Try and get this lined up straight. See. That looks pretty good. And then we'll just lay this down. Okay. And that was just the size of the piece that I had. So it has just a real fine edge around it. Just because that's what I had in my stash. And then I had this piece here, which was foiled, and it was over foiled. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have to just throw that away. And then as I looked at it, it just consistently over foiled, and I think it actually looks like it was meant to be. So I'm going to use that. So I've got 3 pieces of foil that, you know, you would have thrown in the trash, but I've been able to make something out of it. So I'm going to just bring in some tape, foam tape, raise that up, and we're going to make this a birthday card, and I think it'll work just fine. So with 3 pieces of foil that I would have just thrown in the trash, I'm looking for my sticky scissors, there they are. I've actually got to use it, and I've gotten 2 cards out of it, and I think they're pretty cards. Very different, obviously, from a color standpoint, but very, very usable. So I basically got a snow scene card, and then I've got a birthday card, and I think it'll be really pretty. So I think I'm just going to lay this down right here in this corner. And I've got a birthday card. Hope you can see that. I know the lighting and the glare on the lighting makes it hard to see sometimes, but there's that one. And then there's this one. So just some fun with foiling, and I saved some scraps from the trash, and I think they're very usable. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.